Hey guys, back again. Now I hate to lower my standards, but today we're going to talk about YouTube's most pathetic little weasel.
My name is Nirvgorilla, the alpha male of the internet.
Are you serious?
So for those of you that haven't had the displeasure of knowing who this person is, perhaps you're not one of the 253 people that he tags in nearly every video and community post, then let me give you a brief rundown. This geek manlet is obsessed with preserving his ideal of the perfect internet where he can continue to be as rude and as hateful as possible while maintaining anonymity. He's a sad little boy that never grew up and he perpetually lives in an Xbox Live lobby. Now he's been behaving like this for years and the internet's littered with his hate-filled rants. But it seems that he's now found his niche in the most vulnerable of people, targeted individuals. And we're now the focus of his hate that he channels through his keyboard. Now if I thought he was just a harmless troll, this video wouldn't exist. But his obsessiveness, relentlessness, the time that he puts into intentionally harming others is truly disturbing. And all his multiple channels are an archive of harassment. He is highly narcissistic and his malicious intent exposes him as a psychopath. But don't just take it from me. Let the asshole tell you himself.
One of the cool things about the internet and being anonymous is that you can study human behavior. You can insult the living shit out of schizophrenics and see what they do or say. See if you can somehow have an impact on their life without them physically assaulting you or trying to kill you. Or, in the case of a psychologist or a psychiatrist, you can actually say, you're a fucking tard, and you won't get fired. I wonder how many psychologists would want to say that to their patients, but they know if they do, they're likely either going to get in a lot of trouble, or worse, get fired. Or even worse, get killed by the patient. So, the guy in this book right now is talking about ethics and studying human behavior. In science, they care about ethics. But in my personal life, or anybody's personal life, they don't have to care about ethics. They don't have to be fired from their job for expressing themselves on the internet. Isn't that great? So, it's not the primary reason why I insult TIs and other idiots on the internet. TIs aren't the only people. But it's also interesting to be able to speak freely to people without any kind of negative impact on your life or anybody knowing who you are or whatever.
Okay, so what gives you the fucking right to go around falsely diagnosing and experimenting on people? You are not qualified to do so, and you're only doing it for your own sadistic pleasure. The level of entitlement, the grandiosity, this is true delusion. This guy is not living in the real world where actions have consequences. This is true mental illness. Okay, so the next clip is really disturbing. He takes mugshots of so-called TIs, blokes that I think are idiots by the way, but that's beside the point. He takes them down to the gun range and proceeds to shoot them.
Well, you said don't shoot, but you're still a TI. Had to get you. We got this guy. The famous Brandon. Off Brandon goes. So, Brandon, I don't think he's going to like this one. Brandon gets the 30 round. And those are hollow points. Brandon gets the hollow points. Oh, wow. Woo, Brandon. That's from the hollow points.
Okay, that was the short version, but how he didn't get his door kicked in over that is beyond me. To go through with that, then post it on the internet, once again shows a level of detachment and lack of self-awareness. This is a mentally ill person that is a ticking time bomb under the surface. Here he is once again misdiagnosing and stereotyping while coming from a position of victimhood so that he has somewhere to channel his hate.
And he called himself a TI?
Yeah, he called himself a...
Dude, okay, I have to tell you right now. You got to be careful with that. These guys are on the cusp of murdering innocent people. So they're potentially dangerous people. I'm not saying every single one, but a lot of them really are. They're unhinged. They're unhinged and unfit for society, really. And I'm not saying that lightly.
Look,
if he keeps obsessing over this and feeding his delusions, there is a high likelihood that he will act out. Here's another hobby of his, trying to get TIs fired from their workplace.
So I definitely appreciate it, and we're going to be taking immediate action. We're just deciding whether or not we want to call him or wait till he comes into work the next day to do it in person. But he's definitely going to be terminated. I just wanted to give you a call personally and let you know how much we appreciate it.
This is absolutely despicable. You do not mess with the livelihood of a man. These are not the actions of a man. These are the actions of a lowlife without a shred of decency. Who's really fit for society? The person that just wants to get by, or the person that's causing maximum chaos? He made a TI database because that's normal. He's doing the very things that we claim while trying to disprove what we claim. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Lastly, I want to talk about the delusion where he believes that he's schooling TIs, that he's a master debater. He goes live lying in wait for an unsuspecting TI to jump on so that he can berate them with his preconceived bullshit. So typically no one goes on and he ends up chatting to himself, not just talking in the video, but actually typing it out to himself in the chat. Are you hearing voices? Guess what? No one wants to go on your channel when you misdiagnose them as a schizophrenic dickhead. You're an idiot. And anyone that goes on that channel's an idiot. So an interview. You want to do an interview? You join my call and you show your face. It shouldn't be a problem for the alpha male of the internet, am I right? You're not scared, are you? Let me ask your mum. Hey, Nirvgorilla's mum, can your little shit stain of a son come and do an interview with me? Do you give him permission? You give your little boy permission? Offers there. So the story of Nirvgorilla is a sad one. He's the modern day version of the boy in the bubble. A very confused man-child that wants a lawless internet with complete anonymity and what he believes to be misinformation censored from his internet. The internet's white knight keyboard warrior with a malfunctioning operating system. Why don't you fuck off back to the 90s? P.S. Phil Hendry sucks. Grow up.